group today, so I'm gonna speak in both in Russian and English languages. My name is Marina. I will be your guide today, and our driver's name is Nori. And also wanted to let you know that we have bottled water, and they're in this refrigerator in front of me. But if you want to get bottled water while we're driving, please let me know. Raise your hand or let me know. Somehow I will pass it to you. It's just for your safety. Please do not approach towards the refrigerator while we're driving. Okay. Also, we have some Armenian sweets for you. It's called sweet gata, and I'm gonna deliver it when we get to the spa town of Tsaghkadzor. If you want to connect to the internet in the bus, please find your service tours in your cell phones and type in the password 1234 1234 without any space. So 1234 twice. How are you all doing there? Are you all comfortable?
Yes.
Is it too cold or too hot? Let me know, please, if it's not comfortable for you. We can regulate the heating system. Okay? All right, then let's go. Today we have a very beautiful day, and in Armenian language we say barev, which means hello. However, the meaning of this word is we wish you a kind sun. So the word barev or hello means we wish you a kind sun, and I think we're gonna have a very kind sun today. My dear guests, so we are headed towards the spa town of Tsaghkadzor. It's gonna be our first stop. It's a ski resort in Armenia. We are going north from Yerevan, and the ski resort is located on an altitude of 1,840 meters above the sea level. And there are 5 stations, but we're gonna take one station only, and you will experience how it can usually be. So dear guests, I will just repeat that we're headed towards the spa town of Tsaghkadzor, and our first stop will be at Gecharis Monastery. And I want to warn you that there are no monks in this monastery. And generally, we have a lot of medieval monasteries, but there are no monks living in those monasteries. And the first stop will be at Gecharis Monastery, and then we will take one station or cable car, and you'll just experience the cable car and see the area from above, from the mountain. Later on, we will travel towards Lake Sevan. We will go north towards Lake Sevan, and we will have lunch at Lake Sevan, also trout barbecue masterclass, and we will also visit another medieval monastery, which is just an active church. There are no monks, like I said, and that will be our program for today. So it's not a long tour, but I hope you will enjoy every minute of it. And we have a beautiful day today, so just feel comfortable, and we will have a very, very nice day today. While we are in Yerevan, I just want to talk a little bit about our city. And Yerevan became a capital of Armenia in 1918. However, the city was founded 2,805 years ago by Urartian king Argishti I, who built a fortress on the territory of Yerevan and named it Erebuni, from which the name Yerevan is derived. And if you visit the site, the archaeological site of Erebuni, you can also visit the museum where lots of objects time was founded. So Yerevan was founded in 782 BC, and it's considered one of the ancient cities in the world. However, it became a capital only just a little over 100 years ago. Now, modern Yerevan, and especially the center of the city, was built during the Soviet times. We became part of Soviet Union in 1920, and an architect was invited by the government, who was originally from Russia. He was Armenian by origin. However, he was born and raised in Russia and got his education at the St. Petersburg Imperial Academy of Arts. His name was Alexander Tamanyan, and he was a very well-known architect in those times in Russia, and he had many buildings. He was the author of many buildings in Moscow, Tsarskoye Selo, and many other places. I have a couple of pictures of buildings that he built in Russia, and if you're interested, I can show those pictures to you when we get to Tsaghkadzor at some point, whenever you want to. So he was invited to Armenia, and he was very excited because he always wanted to build a city since his childhood, and his dream came true. So when he came to Armenia, it was a small town with a population of 20,000 only, and he became the head architect and was supposed to develop the plan of the city for the next few decades, which he did. And he designed a city, and in his vision, it was supposed to be a city of sun, a garden city. And that was the reason that he picked a pink color stone, and you may have already noticed that we have a lot of buildings built with pink color stone. This stone is of volcanic origin, and we have 28 shades of this stone of volcanic origin. The stone is called tuf, and since we have a lot of inactive volcanoes, we also have a lot of resources of this stone. In fact, we have 90% of the world resources of the stone in Armenia. So he designed the city using the pink color because it resembled roses. So dear guests, we are not too far from Yerevan. There is a satellite city. It's called Abovian City, and it's located within 16 kilometers from Yerevan, and is named after a well-known Armenian writer whose name was Abovian. And he was the first Armenian who climbed Mount Ararat in 1829. He was only 20 years old at that time, and he also climbed Mount Ararat in 1845 and 1846, so 3 times during his lifetime. He was a very well-known Armenian writer. Like I said, he was fluent in Russian and German languages, and has translated a lot of Russian writers into Armenian language. This road is the main highway that can take us from Yerevan to the border of Georgia if you do not exit anywhere. And if you go the opposite way or south from here, you will get to the border with Iran. Dear guests, I talked a little bit about Mount Ararat. However, Mount Ararat is not on the territory of Armenia since 1921. But if you look towards on your left side ahead of you, you will see 2 summits of Mountain Ararat. This is the highest summit, 4,090 meters. There are 4 summits, but the highest one is 4,090 meters above the sea level, and this is the highest mountain on the territory of Armenia. Did you see that on your left side? snow most of the time, and we are building a ski resort there. So you're welcome to visit us next year. Maybe we'll have it ready and you can enjoy your holiday season here in Yerevan. But first we're gonna drive towards Tsaghkadzor, which is about a 15-minute drive from Yerevan. And then after that we'll continue towards Lake Sevan. So dear guests, if you look towards your right side, you can see a lot of sand quarries, and we mine sand as well as a volcanic stone which is called obsidian. And obsidian is 5 times sharper than diamond. It was well known during the Stone Age, and people made cutting tools out of this volcanic stone. And even now in the West, we have Chinese doctors who order their scalpels, their surgical scalpels from this stone, because it's so sharp that it evenly divides 2 cells when they make a cut, 2 cells evenly. And the healing process after the operation is much faster than when stainless steel scalpel is used. However, in Armenia we basically use this stone for making a lot of souvenirs, and you will see those souvenirs at Lake Sevan. This volcanic stone has 3 colors. It can be black, brown, or gray. So you can see the stone. It's the black shiny stone mixed with sand on your right side. You can take a look at it. Do you see it? So the sand they use for construction, and the volcanic stone is used for souvenirs. So dear guests, we have 10 provinces in Armenia, and we will be traveling through two provinces out of 10. It is Godai province, where Tsaghkadzor is located, and Lake Sevan is located in the province of Bihar-Kuni. And we also have 8 climatic zones in Armenia, which means the landscape can change depending on an altitude, and you will see a great difference. For example, if you go north from Lake Sevan, you will see a great difference in landscapes, vegetation, and climate as well. We have forests in the north and south, and we have mountain steppes and valleys in between between north and south. So our first stop in Tsaghkadzor, it will be on an altitude of 1840 meters, like 1,840 meters, and Lake Sevan is located on an altitude of 1,900 meters above the sea level. So again, depending on the altitude, we have different landscapes and vegetation. The fruits that we grow in Ararat Valley cannot be grown here, but you can see fields on both sides of the road, and we usually grow wheat varieties in this area because the climate is perfect for it. So I mentioned that Tsaghkadzor is a ski resort. However, even before Tsaghkadzor, there is a small village called Lernanis, where one can come for cross-country skiing if you're interested. And you can also visit this area for tubing. And it is located within 50 meters from within 40 minutes from Tsaghkadzor, from Yerevan. So dear guests, if you're not interested in cross-country skiing, you can always visit Tsaghkadzor, which is a ski resort. And Tsaghkadzor is a small town, but there are more than 42 hotels and guest houses and cottages that you can rent out and spend your winter holidays here. It's a very small town. It has a population of only 900 people. But it's located very close to the capital of the province, which is Hrazdan. And the locals from Hrazdan are also involved in the tourism sector. They work in those hotels in Tsaghkadzor. By the way, Tsaghkadzor means gorge of flowers in Armenian, because in springtime there are lots of blooming flowers. So dear guests, the Tsaghkadzor training base was built in 1967. It was built for Soviet athletes who were getting ready to participate in Olympic Games in 1968, which took place in Mexico City. Now, Mexico City has the same altitude as Tsaghkadzor, almost the same altitude. Mexico City is on an altitude of 2,200 meters above the sea level, and Tsaghkadzor is located on an altitude of 1,840 meters above the sea level. So the largest training base was built here. It covered 66 hectares of land, and it also had the largest swimming pool of 50 meters, 50-meter long swimming pool. But during the Soviet times, a lot of athletes came for training here, and even Soviet astronauts came here for training. Their names are Leonov, Shandalov, Gavoy, and many others. So dear guests, ahead of us is the capital of the province of Kotay. It's called Hrazdan, and you can see there is a hydroelectric power station, and also cement producing factory. So it's an industrial city. Stop will be at Gechari's monastery, and I will spend the first 15 minutes with my Russian speaking group, and you will have a chance to take pictures during your free time, and the next 15 minutes I will spend with my English speaking group. So I will be there, you will not miss me, but if we do not cover everything in 15 minutes, I will continue the topic in Sevan Monastery, because we're going to visit it later. We will stop at Gechari's monastery for half an hour, and we will have to be back in the bus at 11:30. Please be on time, okay? Actually means a valley of birch trees, and you will see birch trees which are grown on the territory of the monastery. Usually we do not have birch trees in Armenia, but they were brought to Armenia by Russian old believers who came from Russia in 1840 and settled in Armenia. They founded 50 villages in Armenia. However, we only have 2 villages left where they live in small communities. I will talk about Russian old believers and other ethnic minorities who live in Armenia when we drive towards Lake Sevan. So we're here, and the first group that will come with, we will all go together.
Kasi natutunaw.